gonna sue. Drink water. Don't drink and drive.
Game over.
Take it light. Stay.
Now you're more fluent.
He got three.
Up, Bears.
So this is really good right here. Absolutely. Let's do it.
I don't care.
What don't you care?
I don't care.
About?
What time we start?
Oh, it's true. You know, it's just it's time for grown-ups. It's cool. What, 11 p.m. our time?
Sports Fluent After Dark.
Talk about it. We can have real grown man conversations.
Grown man conversation. Don't got to worry about it being PG.
Talk about it.
I actually, listen, I won't say who.
Okay.
Won't say who.
Okay.
But I will say the originator of a certain channel reached out and asked me to go back and do a show that I did once upon a time.
Okay.
And my commitments are still the same during the day, and I can't do it. And I said, hey, why don't you do that show, the After Dark? It's not a bad idea.
Hey, doing that, you know, the show maybe once or twice a week at a
do like a weekly recap in the evening for those that, you know, aren't sitting around from 11 till 1 chillaxing. I don't know what people are doing. I would assume everybody has stuff to do at that time, but
I mean, yeah, it's a work day, work time. Yeah, like you said, if you have a 9 to, you know, a career and a job, you know, unless you're retired or you're doing that full time.
The average person is, you know, either in school or at work from typically 9 to 5. I'm just putting that out there, just putting it out there. So who knows? And, you know, as I always said, I appreciate y'all over there, and I've never had any ill will. But yo, check this out. So let me catch you up on last week, because I know you couldn't make the show, and people were saying you were ducking smoke.
Ducking. We were at a bachelor party doing. We got to talk after. That's something we got to talk after about that now.
We watched game 1.
Okay.
You were ducking smoke because the Cavaliers, led by LeBron James, and his fraudulent 49 points.
49.
Listen, we're gonna get into it here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about one. We're gonna watch the fourth quarter, as we said, this one of game 3. Right, because we're watching the losses. Because let me rewind for people who are new to the conversation that started this all. So the conversation started with actually LeBron James and JJ Redick sitting on their podcast and saying that the Cavaliers had no chance against the Orlando Magic in 2009. They were just completely outmatched. Okay. And they went on to say, look at who we had: Dwight Howard, Hedo Turkoglu, Rashard Lewis, Jameer Nelson. Oh yeah, Jameer Nelson could shoot the 3 off the bounce, and that opened up the whole entire offense, and he was the difference maker. And Michael Pietrus, you guys just had no shot against us. I correctly said, I'm out. 1, that's full of crap. You can't win 66 games, be the number 1 seed in the NBA, have home court advantage, and then suggest you had no chance against a team that was the 3rd seed with 50 some odd wins.
Sure.
You can't say Jameer Nelson was the guy that opened up the offense because he could shoot the 3 off the bounce when he got injured on February 2nd and didn't even play from the All-Star break on, including that entire series. He did not play. And I said, let's go look, because you kind of were defending the fact that they had no chance, and or at least saying, well, you know,
I think Orlando was a better team. The no chance. I mean, I think every team has a chance technically.
But I disagree that they're even a better chance. And then, you know, JJ and I think you even said, well, you know, he went 38-8-8. What more did you want? So we looked at game 1, and they lost by 1 point. Now, Mo Williams, Delonte West shot atrociously. So let's be honest, let's be clear, and I'm going to say this multiple times, you'll hear today, as I said last week, I'm not putting this all on LeBron, but when you say the Cavs couldn't do anything, you were completely outmatched. Well, hold on. You lose by 1, and we watched all the fourth quarter and called out all the stuff. But you lose game 1 by 1 point. And let me point out some of the things that happened. Rashard Lewis went bananas. Like, I mean, he was like 5 for 5 in the fourth. Like, he was shot great.
Rashard Lewis was him.
But hold on. Okay. In the fourth quarter, he goes 5 for 5, hitting huge threes.
Boom.
Why isn't LeBron guarding him?
Who was LeBron guarding then?
He was sitting on slow-footed Hito Turkoglu. So why would you have Anderson Varejao on the more athletic Rashard Lewis and LeBron, who people were like, oh, in 2009, he was robbed of the depoy that year too. So when that guy starts to heat up, and don't get me wrong, he did a good job against Hito. Hito had a bad shooting game, a lot to do with LeBron being on him. So in the fourth quarter, when he starts hitting a couple of shots, and now you've already knocked Hito out of his rhythm, why not put the slower guy in Varejao, who could still keep up with him, let's be honest, and put LeBron on Rashard Lewis to slow him down a minute. Get him out of
I like that. I mean, the idea, look, if Rashard Lewis, once he hits the 2 threes, at least once he hits 2, goes 2 for 2, get LeBron on him. I like the idea. Clear,
he's been doing it all game. It's not like he just got on the fourth quarter. He'd been doing it all game. Yeah. And you're in a game that you're leading. So that was the one thing that we noticed. Now, granted, that could be coaching. That could be Mike Brown saying, hey, like, but if Mike Brown said, like, there are certain points where Mo Williams was on Rashard Lewis, who's like 6'10". Like, that's probably
that's mismatch. That's
bad, right? Yeah. All right, so they lose by 1. I talked about the defensive matchups. The other thing, as I mentioned earlier, Mo Williams and Delonte West shot horribly.
What they shoot like 20, like we're talking 30%, 20, like
combined. Let me because I don't want to misquote, and I had it up when I was doing this last week, but let me pull the stats back up so we can have them. So in that first game, here we go. Game 1, they lose 107-106. And for the game, like Rashard Lewis, let me go back, like 9 of 13 for the game. So 70%, 3 of 4 from 3. In the fourth quarter, like I said, 5 of 5. Like he was just, he had a great game. As did Dwight Howard, 14 of 20. But here's the thing. When you're playing that team, you say, hey, Dwight's going to get his. Like, no offense, he's not going to score enough. He's not that good of an offensive player to score enough to carry a team, right? He's not like, that, what was it, 98 when Jordan scored like 50% of the points. So he's
going to get his dunks, couple layups. He'll get 20.
What you do is you stay home, you let him get his, you stay home, and you don't double team him so that these guys get open looks. Okay, but for that, let me go back. So to answer your question, Delonte West goes 4 of 13. Mo Williams goes 6 of 19. Okay. So basically 31%.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what was the quality of those looks? Because Mo Williams, I think he got some pretty quality looks.
There were some good looks.
Good looks.
So they shoot horribly. Lewis and Dwight shoot phenomenally, 7%. Now, granted, Dwight's mostly dunks.
Dwight's going to do that.
They shoot amazingly. LeBron, 20 of 30. So 30 field goal attempts is a little much, but whatever. 20 of 30, but he shoots 67%. Right? Scores 49 points.
Take that all day, every day. I'll take the 20 for 30 every time.
You'll take that every time? Okay, here's what you won't take. So let me just finish the thought. So the two other second and third scoring options have horrible games. You lose by 1. So is there anything that the Cavs could have done? Yeah.
They could have made a couple buckets.
Mo Williams and Delonte West could have hit their shots. You know what else they could have done? And we watched the game. So we're going to go to game 3 later today after we talk about something else. With under 2 minutes left, LeBron misses a free throw. He shoots 6 of 10. Sorry, that's not going to get it done. 6 of 10 is not going to get it done because if he does 7 of 10, which is still below average, still below his average, well, now we're talking, it's a different game.
I mean, sure.
But that's one thing. You got to hit your free throws, especially in the last 2 minutes. Got to hit them. Here's the other thing. last play of the game, and we watched this multiple times in slow motion and whatever. Ball's in LeBron's hand. You're down by 1. LeBron takes off. Now they send a double team from Dwight Howard has fouled out. So it is Gortat now at center, and he runs up the LeBron's left hand up to about the foul line, not right up to him, but they bring a double team at about, I don't know, 17. No, they had it with 17 or 11 seconds left. He goes too early. He drives into the paint. His man, Michael Pietrus, I believe. Pietrus falls. He still tries to keep going.
Okay.
Everybody collapses in on him with too much time left on the clock. He kicks it out like a tough pass out to the top of the key. They then throw it down into the corner for an open 3. And they miss.
Great look.
Sure, but you don't need a 3. And you don't need LeBron driving into a triple team. And that's where people, I think, struggle. Because what should LeBron do as the best player on that team, the guy who has 49 points in the game, the guy, right? Now, argue everything you want about Kobe and LeBron. What they would have done is wait, 2 steps, dribble, right? And it's a pull-up jumper for a 2, because you don't need a 3. And now we don't have the film in front of us, but trust me, when you look at it, he makes takes a bad angle. His man falls. He could have stopped there. Instead, he keeps going. And then, hey, listen, he kicks it out to Mo Williams, who kicks it out to Delonte West, who misses a 3. LeBron was wide open. If they would have thrown it back to him, he was down low for a little turnaround, little baby hook or something. Like, it was all wrong, but it starts with your best player. And that's where I think a lot of people struggle is, well, it's the right basketball play. It was the right basketball play because he created it in this, like, he made himself into that bad situation that then it became the right basketball play. But no, you're down by 2. You don't need, you're down by 1. You don't need a 3. You don't. And who do I want on that team shooting the last shot? Do I want the guy who's, let me go back and tell you the stats. Do I want the guy who's 4 of 13? Do I want the guy who's 6 of 19? No, of course not. It's not their day. I want the guy who's shooting 70%, who's the best player in the world, who's the best player in the NBA, who's the best player on my team. So that's what happened. Now, game 2.
What more could he have done? I mean, like you said, he drove. I think, when there's no Dwight Howard, you want to drive into the lane.
Absolutely. But when your man falls, you don't stumble to get over him when 2 guys are on you. Like, stop. Take a step back. More than enough time.
Who fell?
There's 11 seconds left. He had more. There was no rush.
Who fell?
Pietrus.
So Pietrus fell. There's 2 guys there.
So the guy from this corner and Gortat, who had come up for a double, obviously go down.
Yeah.
And he still gets kind of to the rim, and then from underneath the basket whips it out to 24 feet out to the top of the key.
Yeah.
And you're going to say, "Oh, see, what a great pass!"
Yeah, no. swing, open look. I'm taking that shot every day. I'm cool with that.
Then that's why you lose.
To make the shot a whole different story. To make or miss, like one shot changes the whole dynamic.
Who do you want when you're down by 1 taking the shot? LeBron or 6 of 20 Delonte West?
I mean, you got to trust your teammates, right?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
You don't. Okay.
No, you don't.
You don't.
Not when they're having a bad game. No, you don't.
I hear you. The bad night. But I mean, if 2 guys are on you, I don't want to force up a shot over 2-3 guys.
I like I said, I disagree, and I think now they also look. Like I said, we're focusing on that one play, but there was a lot to go around. So to say that they had no chance, lie. They absolutely had a chance, and they should have won game 1. In game 2, we're not going to look at it because they won by 1 point, but let's be very clear. Delonte West again. Oh, sorry, this is game 1. Let me go to game 2. My apologies. In game 2, they win by 1, 96-95. But let's be very clear. Everybody comes back down to earth. Rashard Lewis shoots 6 of 15. Hedo Turkoglu, 9 of 17. Dwight Howard, 3 of 8. Courtney Lee, a starter, Courtney Lee, 4 of 9. And Rafer Alston, the guy who replaced All-Star, opened up our offense, Jameer Nelson, 1 of 7. Here's where it gets interesting. Delonte West, he has a good game, 4 of 7. LeBron James, average 12 of 23. This is good. This is very good. Mo Williams, another bad night, 7 of 21. Here's where it gets interesting. They win by 1. But LeBron shoots 2 of 6 in the fourth quarter. You know what the difference was in the 1-point game? And he's a -5, by the way.
Team thing.
No, he goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line. You got to hit your free throws in the fourth quarter. You have to.
Sure. I mean, LeBron's free throw, I mean, we know that's out of his entire game, his weakness, you could say, is the free throw, especially at that time in his career, for sure. I'm not going to defend him there.
So today, after we have our clown or king discussion,
always the king, baby. Always the king.
Clown or king, did you see the thumbnail? I feel like I did a very good job on it, so I do want to make sure that it gets enough airtime.
Clown or king. Hey, the hate is real, but hey, I said forever the king.
I didn't say which one. I just said clown. I feel like I did a good job on it, so I want to give myself a little love. I was in the I was at the drive-in. That's why I was late and you had technical difficulty. But so here's the thing. So we're gonna watch the fourth quarter of Game 3, but just to kind of set it up, Cavaliers lose by 10 in Orlando, 99-89. They're down by 5 to start the fourth quarter. Delonte West, okay, 5 of 11, 45%. Mo Williams had himself a horrible series, 5 of 16. Ilgauskas, 3 of 10. Verjo didn't take a lot of shots, one of 2. But Sasha got in the game. Joe Smith, Ben Wallace played, 15 plus minutes. So they started to go to those guys a little bit more, the veteran guys, which is good. But like Hedo goes 1 of 11.
LeBron defense? LeBron defense was real?
Well, we'll see. We'll see who was guarding him. Guarding him. LeBron, 11 of 28. That's 39%, just so you know. So that's not good.
That's tough. Yep. That's tough.
And you're going to see another thing where this is what people will do. They'll say, "Oh, he went 31, 9 and 7. 31. Oh no, sorry. Excuse me. 41. My bad. So Game 3, he went 41, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, and you're all going to say, "Yeah, man, what do you want him to do? He went 41, 9 and 7. What do you want him to do?" Well, I want him to not be a -12. I want you to know that although he shot 18 of 24 from the free throw line, that's still below NBA average.
I mean, yeah, now we're going to see. But hold on, Fluent, you just said you wanted LeBron to take that last shot no matter what.
I wanted to take the last shot. Hold on. Let me give you some more numbers. I'm not done.
Okay.
In the fourth quarter, because everyone's like, "Oh yeah, he did a good job getting to the foul line." But in the fourth quarter, when it matters the most, can't go 7 of 12
from the free throw line.
From the free throw line, you can't go 1 of 5 from 3. You're not. No offense. Until last year, he's not a 3-point shooter. Maybe last couple of years, he wasn't.
He was. Before Miami, he was a good 3-point shooter. I think his last 2 years in Miami. One of 8.
1 of 8. Why is he shooting 8 3-pointers?
In 2008, 9?
Not, yeah.
Stop it. You know the game was different. LeBron was not a 3-point shooter.
But
he would get caught from 3 occasionally. But come on, Kobe wasn't even doing that.
But that's what he did. He went 1 of 8 in Game 3.
I mean, he definitely shouldn't have. She shouldn't have shot that many threes, without a doubt. Now, maybe that's the only thing the defenses were giving him. Again, we got to watch the game and see how defenses, like I said, the double, triple team happening, and you have to take the shot, live or die with the star taking the shot. Sometimes you're gonna have that.
We're gonna watch the fourth quarter. The first part of our discussion is right now in the NBA today.
Yeah.
Who do you have as the best player in the NBA today?
Best player in the NBA today? None other than my main man, Luka Doncic, best player in the NBA today.
Incorrect.
Oh, it's right, baby.
It's incorrect. The best player in the NBA today is LeBron James.
I mean, hey, shout out LeBron. I don't know if I'm going that far. LeBron's my guy. So
To say that. That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Do you know why he is the best player in the NBA today?
because he's the best playmaker and passer in the NBA today still.
What is his, even at 39 years old, what flaw does he have in his game?
At 39 years old, the flaw?
Yeah.
I mean, the weakness is still, it's still free throw shooting.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But that's been his whole career.
And I mean, again, I think they say he shot, 70? Wasn't it 70s, I believe?
Here, let's make it easier. So you say Luka.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to camera or?
No. I got my laptop camera.
You want me to flip you onto that one?
Yeah, let me just exit this one if I can.
I'll drop you off.
Gotcha, cool. There it is. All right.
And then I will kick this one out.
There it is. Solid.
Okay, you're out. So let's compare him to Luka. Offensively, scoring wise, they both are great scorers.
LeBron and Luka?
Yeah.
Yep. Great scorers.
Great scorers.
I think probably, Luka's probably the better. I don't even know if he's better. His 3 points are difficult. Like Luka takes those step back threes.
Well,
so I don't know how to weigh the percentages.
I don't want to use percentage, but okay, LeBron shoots better from the field. He shoots better from three. In fact, I don't even know that. Does he? I don't even know that he shoots better from the free throw line.
No, because that's kind of Luka's weakness too. Technically, is his free throw shooting too. That's probably the biggest weakness of his game. Let's
look. No, and guys, it's not all about stats, but I'm going somewhere with this. So I'm starting with this. So last year, Luka averaged 33, so 34 points. Let's start with the 34 points. On 49% shooting, 38 from three, and 79. Actually, it was his best free throw shooting of his
season. Yeah, I saw that.
His career. Of his career. Mr. James.
LeBron James.
Yeah, that's it.
James.
Let's not get crazy. Last season averaged
25 or 75% from free throw line. That's not. I mean, I'm cool with 75% from LeBron. I'm totally okay with 75%.
However, he shot 41% from three and 54% from the field.
Strong.
So now he gets to the rim a lot more than Luka, I think, and finishes better still. So from a scoring perspective, now LeBron took under 18 shots a game. Because people say, well, he's averaged a lot more points. Well, yeah, 18 shots versus Luka taking almost 24. Yeah. So when you take 6 more shots a game, you're going to score 8 more points a game. Like it's not
rocket science. It's basic. Yeah.
So from a scoring perspective, I'm not worried about it. Do we agree LeBron's a great passer?
Oh, greatest passer of all time.
Incorrect. Luka's a great passer. We agree with that.
Great. Luka's gonna finish top 10 for sure. Maybe top 5 passer all time. We'll see.
Rebounding.
Still a great rebounder. Luka's a good rebounder too.
Okay. They both of the two, who's the more athletic?
Oh, it's LeBron James, without a doubt.
If you need a defensive stop,
still LeBron
James. Who has a better chance of putting the clams on someone? And I'm not talking about the whole game. I'm talking about in a short period of time.
LeBron. LeBron, yeah.
So how is Luka better?
Well, I think one, Luka's being asked to carry a bit of a larger load, even with Kyrie next to him.
LeBron's not. Did you see
No,
the games that they won versus the games that they lost? Who had to be the guy?
I hear you. LeBron had to be the guy, but I think Luka is even more so kind of.
So because you have to carry the load more, that makes you a better player?
No, I think he has to do more because of that. One, I still think Luka at this point, man, the scoring thing is tough. I want to say he's a better scorer. Like I said, the efficiency, taking more shots.
A better scorer doesn't mean someone who scores more.
I know 100%. No, I'm with you there. I'm with you there for sure. But I think Luka at this point is. You make great points. Yeah,
he is a better scorer. Everything else we agreed went to LeBron. So how is he better?
I mean, the passing is right there. It's right. Like Luka's amazing.
Who are we comparing LeBron to? Are we comparing him to Luka, or are we comparing LeBron to a different LeBron?
That's a good point. That's true.
Sure, LeBron right now isn't LeBron 10 years ago.
This is facts.
But if we ignore that and just say, if I look at this player in a microcosm and just this year, if his name was anything else, and I'm just comparing player A to player B, and I have one player who has an advantage in 4 or 5 things, and the other 2 things are close. Even if you give passing and scoring to Luka, even though he's more efficient, even if you give that to all the other things, go to LeBron. Right? So when I say, I have LeBron as the best player in the NBA today, it's because when I look at his game, I'm not comparing him to other LeBron. I'm comparing him to today. And today, when I look at Luka, I see weaknesses. I see lack of athleticism, lack of defense. There's some effort there, but okay.
You know what it is though, too. You know what it is, Fluent. I don't think LeBron has as many amazing games as Luka's, Jokic's, and Embiid. The 60-point, 28, 15 assists, 10, those type of games. Luka's had a couple of those. You see Jokic with a couple of those. LeBron, I think, has been steady. He'll have, a couple of 35, 37s. Did he even have a 40-point game last season?
Cool.
LeBron.
I believe so. I don't know.
I just can't remember. Yeah, to me, I'm just thinking too. I'm just like, he's at a couple in 30s, but I think again, Luka, Jokic, and Embiid, those guys have more of those games. Like I think LeBron's consistency, is obviously there. And you can
let's see, he had 35, 32, 35, 37, 31, 30, 33.
Never 40.
Yeah, he had 40.
Oh, 40?
Yeah,
Okay.
40.
He had 40.
34. Yep.
But you see what I'm saying? Like Luka, Embiid, and Jokic, they have more of those huge
40
games.
Two 40 games. 3 40 games.
Wait.
3 40 games and a bunch of 36, 37-point games. Yeah. But again, I go more for the consistency than anything else. Like his high game might have been 40. Yeah, he had 3 of them. His low game was 10.
He kept that streak alive.
No, he only played 24 minutes in that game, right?
Consistency. You're speaking.
You're gonna look at Luka, and you'll say, okay, well, he had some bigger games. Again, this is Luka in his prime. Now, I'm not. Yeah. Like I said, I'm comparing them, right? When you see Luka 73, 50, 49, right? He had 1, 2. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He had maybe 15 games of 40 or more, but these are games where he shot 33, 30, 29, 29. He shot a lot more. His low games, he probably doesn't. I don't know what his low game was. His low game was 16. So the peak and valley is actually, there's a bigger gap. That's again not necessarily a good thing. But my point is, when you say these guys are better, is it because they're younger? Is it because you're comparing LeBron because you've said, oh, he's not the same? No, he's not the same. But these other guys, and this is why I say it, is they still have flaws. Jokic has flaws with his defense, with his effort, with his athleticism. Embiid can't stay healthy, can't rely on him, not always there. Luka, like I said, same thing. Like
Giannis has his flaws, but Giannis has a case too to be the best in the league.
Sure, but Giannis has flaws. He can't shoot free throws. Heck, he can't shoot. Period. Defensively,
do you think LeBron has the least flaws out of those guys?
That's my point. Is he's got the least flaws, and what he does have are smaller because he does all that. He's more consistent with it. And that, so going into next season, I got LeBron as ranked number 1.
I mean, you're making some great points. Like, I understand the logic, and now noticing the flaw thing, I've never looked at it like that. And I do think you're right in terms of what
everybody wants to look at the positives.
Yeah,
everyone wants to look at the positives because you know why? Because when you get into the bigger conversation of the GOAT debate, you don't want to look at it. You don't want to. It's almost like it hurts his case as much as right now it helps his case. And again, I think the biggest thing isn't just looking at the flaws, but it's also comparing the player to the player, not the player to who he was before. Because of course you can say, "Oh, 2014 Braun versus 2004 Braun." He's not the same guy. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to be. And people don't like that either because they want to say, "Well, the league is so much better now, and the players are blah 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 blah." Cool, but if you look at the players now, like when we talk about all-time greats, very few of them. There's some Magic's defense, right? Like there's some that aren't great
on both sides
ends of the floor, but there's a reason why you always hear pretty much the same 2, even 3 names, because Kareem in his youth was a tremendous defender. They play both sides of the floor. That's why it's so hard to say anything about them. So when I see guys today, look at all of them. Look, who are all the best players today? Luka, no defense. Jokic, no defense. Giannis, limited. I don't want to say offense because
I was gonna say it gives you 30 a night. It can't be that limited, right? I mean, I get his weaknesses.
But he can't shoot, right? You know what I mean? Who else? Embiid, weaknesses.
Wait, well, what are Embiid's weaknesses to you, other than health? Because if you think about it, he's a great defender when healthy. Scoring wise, he can score from everywhere. Mid-range 3 for a big 2 in the post. Great moves. He has a handle as a big man. He might be a free throw shooter. I believe he's a great free throw shooter.
No, he's a good shooter. I think the health though is part of the flaw. And also I think his, I don't say commitment to the game. He can fall in love with that shot. And you want him to play.
It goes in a lot though. It goes in a lot.
It does.
It really does go in a lot.
That might be his only flaw is kind of the health and his mental game is probably, but that's, people are gonna say I'm nitpicking, but if you're not,
I think the health thing, if he's fully healthy and perform like the playoff thing again,
when has he been fully healthy?
That's the thing. He's been hurt at the wrong time so often.
Right, like
it's just one of those things. But he might, if the criteria or the basis of the criteria is which player has the least amount of flaws, you can make a case Embiid has the least amount of flaws.
I think health is a big one though.
I hear you. Like I hear you, but that's it's not basketball skill related in a sense.
Like go watch
to me.
Go watch Sean Bradley. Do you remember Sean Bradley, 7'6", 7'7"?
Yeah.
Go watch
him. By everyone.
Yeah, sure. That's because he actually attempted to block them.
He did. That's true.
But you see, and think about what you just said. Oh, that's the big thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So go watch him at 7'6", 7'7". Watch him dribble. Watch him put on spin moves. Watch his shooting. He was everything you think Wemby is today, but he kept getting hurt. And so when his feet started to go, especially a guy that size, his feet started. Yeah, he was smooth actually. Go watch him before the injuries. He was smooth.
Wemby smooth.
No, I said no. Bradley. I'm saying Bradley. You go watch him, and if you actually watch games, you're like, oh. Now he was never given the hey, go do it, because they were like this tall, lanky dude. Like, what's he gonna do? He's too skinny. Now, if he's actually probably bigger than Chet and Wemby combined. If you look at the size of their arms, they're like, but people don't give him the credit for it. Like, you'll see the highlights of him getting dunked on. Well, how about the highlights of him blocking Shaq?
I hear That's very true. And you made an interesting point of he was never given the opportunity to be like, hey, it's your team, your basketball, go do it. And it was an interesting question I put in another group chat earlier this week. I'm just like, what players in NBA history do you think got screwed the most based on where they got drafted or the situation? You know what I mean? Where like they could have been so much better if the situation just worked out different. So I think that's an interesting topic here. Maybe we'll do that next week.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's a good one. Yeah. So have I changed your mind yet, or you still got Luka as number one?
I get your rationale criteria. And 100% makes sense. And part of it is, again, I think with me and everyone else, I am comparing LeBron to peak LeBron, right? Without a doubt. I do think, though, I also noticed that LeBron in the fourth quarters gets tired more. And even though he's in better shape, I guess it looks like he's in better shape than Luka and Jokic and those guys. I don't see that with Jokic. Or Jokic saw a little bit when they were shooting up those threes. But Luka, I don't see that as much. LeBron, I notice it more now. Again, maybe I'm comparing it to before where he's playing 47 minutes, doesn't bother him. But now you can tell like the huffing and puffing, right? It's just right there. So I think that you make a great point. I have to really think about it. Like I'm still probably going to have Luka, but you make, again, fascinating point, like the whole weaknesses thing.
On Tuesdays, I'm going to give people a sneak preview. On Tuesdays, episode of Fluent and Chill. I'll give you a better teaser. On Tuesday's episode of Fluent and Chill, we heard a rumor.
Oh, here we go.
About who his dad is.
But who his father is?
Who LeBron's father is, yeah.
You just cut off there. Say it again.
No, I didn't say anything. I said we're going to talk about who the rumor that his dad is.
Okay. I've heard rumors. I mean, there's a lot of rumors online. And LeBron just, right, I guess his prerogative, doesn't want to talk about it, doesn't want to acknowledge it, whatever the case is. I think he knows who his father is. He's just not going to give his father that limelight.
Oh, right? I think we know even more than you. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Hey, I'll be tuning in.
The other thing that we talked about on the last week's episode of Fluent and Chill, or 2 weeks ago, excuse me, I got an exclusive article was sent to me, and they allowed me to post it on my website on sportsfluent.com, but they gave me a sneak peek before it got published. It is LeBron James in the 2011 NBA Finals. Did he sacrifice greatness to protect his legacy? And so it is available. So I will let everybody know where they can find the article.
Sacrifice greatness to protect his legacy.
So what the article says is that LeBron, once he realized they weren't winning in 2011, purposely tanked the series because he knew if they came back and won, now they were up 2-1, so not even come back and win. If they won, Dwayne Wade would have been the MVP.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
If they won a title and Dwayne Wade is the MVP,
it's a different conversation. We have a different conversation.
It's a different conversation. He had to go to Miami. Wade had to carry him. Much like you hear Kobe. Kobe can't be the GOAT. He wasn't the Finals MVP in those first three. It was Shaq, and blah blah. So, much like how people try to discredit Jordan now, where they say, "Oh, well, he didn't win until he got Pippen. Couldn't get out of the first round until he had Pippen." People forget he only played 2 complete seasons before Pippen gets drafted. In the first season, Pippen's a bench player who's averaging 7 points a game. But whatever, let's not let context get in the way. So the article goes through and says, here's the breakdown. Here's the reasons why someone who's as in tune with his legacy, who understands his legacy, understands the hate that came with the decision. He doesn't want to put any blemishes on his, he's a media manufactured superstar. So it's an interesting read. And then it goes through a couple of the games and says, look, in this game, like game 4, it's at that point he knew, oh, gee, we're up 2-1. If we win this series, look at the games. Game 1, it's even. Game 2 and 3, Wade outplays him significantly. Game 4, he has that dud of 8 points, and they were like, well, that's the beginning of the end. In game 4, he basically says, I'm not doing nothing. Scores 8 points. We're losing this series. Like I'm not letting Wade win the MVP, and then next year comes back and oh yeah, really needed LeBron to take charge. So it's an interesting. While I disagree with it, I think he just choked. A lot of people argue, well, how could he choke? He's too good to choke. So it's an interesting article. So those are
the content idea. Like I get it. I get it. You know, if I'm LeBron James in that spot, does that cross? I mean, his relationship with Wade. Again, since they're so close at that time, I don't think it'd necessarily be bothersome to him. And I don't know if the LeBron. I think LeBron started caring about the whole legacy. He started caring about it more and realizing what matters a couple years after. Like at that point.
Oh, I felt like he started thinking about it in 07. Actually, no, that's a lie. I think he started thinking about it before he even entered the NBA because he was saying, I want to be the great. I want people to look back and say I'm the greatest that ever played this game.
Yeah, I think a lot of players say that when they're drafted. But again, when you're young, you want to be the greatest ever played. That's fine. But I don't think he really started understanding what matters based on immediate talk and stuff till maybe like.
So you don't think he left
13,
Cleveland?
14.
So you don't think he left Cleveland, his hometown, where they were giving him, number one seed in the NBA back-to-back seasons, spending top 3 spending teams in the NBA, but knowing that they're not very good at bringing in the right players. I'm not going to win a championship here. You don't think he went to Miami to win championships because he knew that's what you needed to do for his legacy? Because no matter I think how he was, if he stays in Cleveland and never wins, no one cares.
I know 100%. I think he understood the value of championships, but the Finals MVP thing. By the way, I was on to me the Finals MVPs matter so much, and I was on that early, like before people even really started talking about. To me, what separates Jordan, especially in conversation, is he was the 6 Finals MVPs. Like Tim Duncan wasn't Finals MVP for all of his. Kareem wasn't. So even before LeBron got that conversation, all of them, that's what I'm saying. The whole 6,
that's their knock, right?
That's the thing. LeBron and Jordan are the guys in every championship. They were the guy. There's no question. Like they were just the guy.
So let's say he stays in Miami all 4 years, right? Wins all 4, but he only has 3 Finals MVPs.
See 4, 3, and he still wins in Cleveland and Lakers.
Let's just stop there for a second. Sure. And then, sure.
So then he would have 6 championships, but 5 Finals MVPs out of the 6.
And so he'd be 6-4 in the finals, but only. But
he's not that many losses.
If you want to get crazy, AD, because he already lost one, maybe they give AD the one in LA. But let's give him 5 Finals MVPs.
Okay.
So
5 Finals MVPs again. I have him as a GOAT now, so obviously I would still have him as a GOAT then.
So even if he had one less Finals MVP, what if his record stays the same? What if they win the first one, lose the second one, and then win? And so let's say he's still 4-6, but only 3 Finals MVPs.
He's 4-6, but 3 Finals MVP, and let's say AD got that one. I would disagree and say LeBron.
No. If Wade, let's say they win that first year against Dallas, and then I don't know, lose the next year to OKC, and then win. Maybe not OKC. Let's say they win the first 2 and then lose the next 2 to the Spurs. So he still only has 4 championships, same record, 4-6, but only 3 Finals MVPs because the first one goes to Wade.
Full transparency. I had a whole Facebook post about LeBron being the GOAT after his first ring. That's the way I was thinking. After his first ring, I was like, he did it, got over the hump. Championships. To me, I probably value championships the least amount of most people. He was my GOAT.
Let's keep it even simpler. Against OKC, what if Dwayne Wade wins that Finals MVP?
But does LeBron still perform? Does he still get his 20?
Oh, Wade is better. Just flip their stats, I guess, and Wade wins it.
It definitely matters. That's the thing. Being the
best
player
matter, and then now
that's what I'm saying. It's like it's about being the best player on your championship team without a doubt matters, but championships are the only thing that matters. So like 2011 is bad because he played bad in the big moment. If you play well, if he gave me 28, 8-8, and D Wade gave me 30, 8-8, and he won it because he averaged 2 more points, you know what I mean? Am I really? It's like it depends on the separation, I guess, at that point.
Okay.
How much better D Wade would, right? If it's close, one of those things, it's like, But if D Wade is, if the separator was like that 2011 one, that'd be big. You know what I mean? Like that would 100% be
Yeah,
big,
well,
'cause
that's
the
what it would have
gap was so
been.
big.
That's what it would have been. Yeah.
The gap was, and even like with the Kobe Shaq thing, like the first Finals MVP, Shaq was noticeably the best player on the floor. I think that third one, like Kobe was right there. Obviously, Shaq's matchup I think was easy too, but Kobe was right there, especially getting up to the finals. He was right there.
But I also think if you look at the fourth quarters and stuff, Kobe still was closing out those games. Shaq was doing all
It was. Yep.
the early stuff, and Kobe was doing it at the end. But also, if you look at the centers versus the perimeter players,
that's true too. It's hard not to give a guy who gives you 38 and 16. Finals MVP. You know, it's like,
sure.
tough.
All right, so here we go. We got fourth quarter, game 3. We've already established game 1 and 2. I already told you the stats. So let's take a look.
Let's take a look. Let's see. Okay, look at all those eyes on LeBron, collapsing on him. Finished over the top. Look at that whole team looking at him. Still.
That was the end of the third quarter. We're not. But okay, so here we go. Cleveland down 5.
Look at young LeBron out there. Good times.
He's probably just missing shots, but if he dribbles, it's a foul. He's on the free throw line, so very hard to play.
All right, Craig, fourth quarter underway as Courtney Lee comes up short. Craig mentioned that
LeBron on the court?
Technical foul number 5 in the postseason on Dwight.
Yeah, okay.
If you reach 7, you are suspended for a game.
Now, LeBron James resting right now. Let's see.
Yeah, I was gonna say LeBron's not on the court. Okay. Oh, Gauskas.
We want to fast forward till he gets on the court.
I mean, yeah, if that's what we're focusing on, sure. But let's see this move. Oh wait, good look, good ball movement. Let's see what Orlando's doing. Yep, swing. He do.
Yes,
Turkaloo.
that's
Turkaloo.
you got Ilgauskas. You shouldn't be switching.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's a reason why LeBron was guarded, because Hedo was the guy initially in the offense. Like I said, no Jameer Nelson. He was the guy that with offense, driving into the lane, creating shots for his teammates. So I understand why LeBron was a primary defender on him.
Yeah, like Delonte West on a 6'10" Turkaloo.
Yeah, not it. That is not it. Yeah, Turkaloo should post up here. Here comes a double. What's he gonna do? Oh, get back out.
Howard's off too, by the way.
Yep.
Or top.
Look at the score, 63-70 in the fourth. You don't see that too often these days.
All that both teams shot horribly, as I mentioned when I ran it down. Got a double team that all-star center. He had a bad game too.
It's also just like good defense too. Got to give it. That's a good take. Oh, he just missed it.
Tried to do too much.
Boom. That was a decent look, but I mean, everyone's contesting all the shots.
Yeah.
Everyone's playing defense. No easy buckets. So here, yep. That's contested. Right? Yeah. To the lane. Everybody's missing shots. Oh, to the corner. He's shooting that 3. Petrus? Ooh, Petrus would have missed 2. But again, if Galcus was there to get a hand up.
You're gonna let him shoot that though. Like you're happy Petrus shooting a 3 with a hand in his face.
No, that's real. Yeah. I think Petrus had a couple good games here though, this series shooting wise. Did a couple big 3s, if I remember right. Ooh. Oh, Delonte.
Stan Van Gundy was asked if his team had a bunker mentality. He said, guys, leave all military references out of this. We're playing a game.
This was 15 years ago?
Yeah.
What were you doing 15 years ago?
Watching this game.
That's what I said. I was watching this game too. 15 years old. High school watching this game. Going to school the next day.
No. There was no school, but there was also no kids. There was.
Oh no! Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, kids are young. Yeah, you were still chilling. You were still. Sure, probably just going
2009. Where was I living? Where was I living in 09? Might have been in LA at that time.
LA living. Oh, you were in LA in 2009 when the Lakers were winning?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, got you.
Everywhere I go, the teams would win.
That must have been a fun parade.
So who did?
LeBron on Rashard Lewis. Okay. Ooh, it's a good take. It's a good block.
Yeah, it's two games late.
I mean, hey, maybe except maybe he's the coach. I don't know. At this time, for sure.
Just remember, you were trying to give LeBron credit and say what a good job he did on Hito, going 1 of 11. He's not even covering. He's not even guarding him.
I mean, we got to see the first 3 quarters again. Maybe he's I don't know. But I'm saying at this point in his career, I don't think LeBron had the cachet to be like, no, coach.
Look, Dwight Howard in the 4th quarter. You're trying to tell me they had no chance? Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I think you're all overhyping Dwight Howard.
I think they had a chance. I'm not saying they had no chance. I'm not on. I think JJ might have said it. I'm not on that. Again, I just think there's so many variables that go into it.
So let's be clear. I told you what LeBron shot in this 4th quarter. We're 3 minutes in, and he hasn't even taken
on the bench for like 2.
But my point is, he hasn't even taken a shot yet. So
that was a good pass. That was a good look.
That was a good pass. Absolutely. But my point is, we're 4 minutes in. He hasn't taken a shot. So he must start jacking up shots in the last.
I mean, I guess true. But yeah, that's true. He might be. We'll see how these shots go down. Swing. That's a good ball.
Good ball. Yeah, that's good ball.
I'll tell you, Rashard Lewis in today's NBA.
Woo. Who's guarding him?
I think it was supposed to be LeBron. I don't know if it's a rotation. LeBron was kind of middle of nowhere there. Go back there. Yeah, let me see that. Go back there. I want to see who's supposed to guard him there. I might have been too far back.
Oh, did I go too far back? That's right.
Here. Boom. The rotation was that. Oh, that's a good contest. Who was no? Somebody else rotated. Yeah, somebody else rotated there. It was a rotation. Yeah. That was a good contest though, from where he was rotating. I mean, he did the best he could. Just good ball movement.
LeBron was resting on defense there. He was.
Ooh, tough call. That's a tough call.
All right. Let's see. Oh.
No, LeBron's guarding. I think he do in the middle. No,
he switched over to him and then left.
Yeah.
But it still is a 9-point game.
Yeah, 9-point game.
Yeah, okay. LeBron's on Rashard now. Like I said, 2 games too late. So it wasn't LeBron doing a good job. It was Delonte West doing a good job on Hito because he went 1 of 11. So when you thought it was LeBron, you said, "Oh, great job on defense." I guess it.
Hey, great job, Delonte. Then
you gotta say, "Great job, Delonte West."
100%. I'm trying to figure out who LeBron's guarding, man.
Yeah, so am I.
It's a good take here, though. I like that. Get the foul. But you need 2-3 guys to try to stop LeBron there.
So still has not been hit with a field goal attempt. We are now 8 minutes left.
Free throw made.
Oh yeah, because
it might be a miss next one.
There's still 8 minutes left. Let's get down to when it counts. Like I tell everybody, it's easy. Listen, I don't mean to pick on nobody, but there's the miss. There's a certain. How can I put this? I don't want to. My son plays baseball. I'll just straight up say it. I don't care. My son plays baseball. They're the best hitter on his team. The first every other inning except the last one, he's phenomenal. Up to bat, game on the line, strikeout.
That's baseball.
So, like, my point is, it's great to make free throws and make all your shots the first 42, 44 minutes, 46 minutes. Unfortunately, it's the last 2 minutes that matter.
That tend to matter a little more because I think obviously all of them matter, but yeah, they tend to matter more.
No, but they matter. It matters more.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Look at all these guys just flashing the double team. Good, great look, great pass.
Yeah,
Buckets.
absolutely.
Love to see it.
Still a 5-point game with 7 minutes left. So
So LeBron's on Rashard Lewis now. So if LeBron's on Rashard, I think, as his primary defender at the moment.
Yeah.
That's what Delante's on Hedo. And I think that's an adjustment Mike Brown probably made.
yeah, a little too late, but okay.
Yeah. Foul trouble. Delonte 5, Mo Williams 4, Gauskas 4, Varejao 4, Shard 4, Dwight 4.
Now Pavlovich is in the game to play. Turkoglu, remember Turkoglu was able to go one-on-one against him and get his shot at the end of that ball game.
Oh, that's a great move by Petrus. Great move by Petrus.
That was a great play. I love what Petrus did there. Normally he settles for that three. Now twice we've seen him drive the ball to the basket.
Yeah, Petrus was 4 of 9 this game. 1 of 5 from 3 though. So all 5 of his misses. 4 of his 5 misses were threes.
Oh, good finish. Yeah, Petrus, I mean, he was getting most of his minutes to basically guard LeBron.
Yeah. And LeBron's guarding Rashard Lewis, who is working as a decoy.
LeBron again. Ooh, great look. Ooh, you got to make that. Got to make that, Big Z.
That's Howard. That'll be 5. Let's see who they call that on. They're going to call it on. They're going to give it to Lewis. So big break there for the Magic. That would have been Howard's 5th.
This series loss also avoided the Kobe LeBron if the Lakers end up
Yeah, of course. He was ducking, LeBron was ducking smoke. He's ducking smoke. He wants no part of Kobe because when he goes and loses to LA, you can't say he's the GOAT when he lost in the finals against Kobe. That's a brick.
Yeah, that was a chuck. That was a chuck 3.
Why is he shooting? Why is he shooting that? So just so we're clear, right? At this point, he is one of 2 from the free throw line, and he's 1 and 1 of 2. Excuse me. Shooting. So he's going to go 2 of 6, and not make another 3-pointer. This whole quarter, and his free throw, he was 1 of 2, so he's gonna go
1 of 2.
Yeah, so he's gonna miss. He's already missed 1. Okay, he's got 4 more misses coming.
I mean, I also think a couple of his teammates has a couple. Like Big Z had a wide open, easy 2 should have made that LeBron.
Sure, absolutely. So you're the best player. And where I'm going to go with this is, which team wins every game?
Which team wins every game?
Yeah.
Oh, nice shot. Good shot from Mo. What do you mean? Which team wins every game? The team. I don't know. I don't know how you want me to answer that question.
Which team wins every game? What's the one thing that the winning team does every single day?
Executes in the fourth quarter?
No, God, no. There's only one thing.
Score more points?
Most points. Correct.
Yeah,
okay, the team that scores the most points wins 100% of the game. It's the only thing that's absolute. So when I talk basketball, I weight, meaning I put more weight on certain things because certain things matter more. Scoring matters the most because 100% of the teams that win score the most points. No one's ever won a game because they rebounded the other team.
I meant the factor. I mean,
No, you're right. Those are all factors. No, the team with the most assists doesn't win all the games. The team with
those factors.
The team with the most but you don't win based on how many rebounds you get.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying. The team that scores
if I have 20 rebounds and you have 10, I don't win the game.
Yeah, but sometimes those 20, let's say team assists, 20, let's say you're plus 10 on rebounds contributes to the points, right? It's a direct correlation to the points.
But does the team that has the most rebounds ever win? Like get the win? Does anyone at the end of the day say, "Oh, you had more rebounds, you win"?
It's not
No.
absolute. Like
Does anyone say you have the most assists, you win? No,
you having the most assists could be the reason you had more points, which means you won.
because points matter the most. Correct.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
That's what we measure. So when I look at a player, there are times when, whether it's the right basketball play, whether it looks good, getting that rebound, making that pass, I don't care. Sometimes I just need you to score. Like that's it. That's because that's what wins games. And as much as people say, "Oh, defense wins this and rebounds," and those are all contributing factors to the thing that matters, which is scoring more points. So I value scoring over everything else because, well, that's at the end of the day what you need to do to win, right? Like it's great that you get a rebound. It's great that you make an assist. Those things are important. I'm not saying they're not important. They're absolutely important to doing what is the most important, which is scoring, right? Like now someone could say defense would be second because stopping them from scoring is another way of helping you score more points. But at the end of the day, everything leads to I rebound the ball so I can get more shots so I can score more points. I pass the ball to my teammate for an assist so that he can score the ball, right? Like I don't get the assist if, no matter how beautiful the pass is, if he doesn't make the bucket, it means nothing.
But if you generate such a quality look based off of you, whether it's attacking or your ability to pass, don't you think?
But if he misses, what do you get?
Yeah, you get zero. But what I'm saying, but if that quality of the look,
they're important, but you don't win a game on a beautiful pass because if he misses the layup or the dunk, whatever, you don't get any points.
No, I hear you.
The only thing that's absolute, maybe that's a better way of saying
that's the only absolute points.
The only thing that's absolute is whoever scores the most points wins.
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
So what do we got left? It's still a 6-point game, 5 minutes left. And I don't have we seen LeBron shoot more than 3 times?
No, but I mean, again, he's touched the ball every time on the floor, and I think he's giving it what the defense. Yeah, they should, without a doubt. There you go.
So right there. See right there? See? That should be an offensive foul,
Yeah, he did. Yeah. But come on, how many times is Jordan?
Hold on. But this is the flaw in his game. See when he hesitates at the foul line and Pietrus takes 2 steps back, he's wide open.
Well, he's not jump shooter at this point. We know that.
Here.
Yeah, he could have pulled up.
That should be a pull up. Right? This is where he gets in trouble.
But Flu, we understand at this point in his career, he didn't fully trust his jump shot. That came later on in Miami. At this point, he was.
So here we are. Final 4 minutes shooting free throws. 6-point game.
He might break both these.
Yeah, not even close. That's not even close.
I'm with you here, though. Like
no one's guarding him at the free throw line.
We understand who LeBron was at this point. We understand his flaws at this point in his career. That's 2 bad misses. That's 2 really bad misses.
So let's be clear, right? Those 2 misses,
crucial,
make it a 4-point game.
Without a doubt.
It completely changes the complexity.
We don't disagree. I'm with you.
Well, you better start disagreeing, or else people are going to tune out. Because the whole point is that you're taking the blunt of you have to answer for JJ and LeBron because you're the LeBron guy.
I got to answer for JJ Redick saying that they never had a
chance to get Orlando. They were completely outmatched, and there was nothing that they could do.
Yeah, I can't. I'll defend JJ on a lot of things. I'll probably defend him on a lot of things during the Lakers season this season too. But that one, I can't get with JJ on that one. That statement, no. Again, a couple made free throws, a couple made shots, whether it's Big Z, whatever. The series is different.
Apparently, Synergy Sports rebounds and turnovers reflect who wins 97 points. Well, now you added in turnovers.
Ooh.
We said so. Now, FYF, go back and look. the team that rebounds more, what percentage do they win? Turnovers, which team turnovers the ball less, what percentage they win? As a single stat, there's only one, points, that wins 100% of the time. And
we know that though, but you're trying to minimize.
I'm not minimizing those things. I'm just saying, if you have, because you have to weight stats, they're not all created equal. Like me scoring up 1 point, you getting 1 assist, Lamont getting 1 rebound. That's not all. That's not all equal.
Big 3 by LeBron.
That's the one he made.
That's a big 3.
Yeah, it's because it's still 4 minutes left. Rebounds.
That's a great look.
Look at that. Rebounds 69%. So rebounds, turnovers 88%. That's interesting. Got to take care of the ball. Who's the all-time leader in turnovers?
LeBron.
Oh
no. Okay. Swing. LeBron again. He's probably gonna miss here.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a bad shot. That's a bad shot.
Terrible. Why is he shooting that?
That was a pass. That was a bad shot. It was a bad shot. Yeah, it was a bad shot. It was a bad shot. That was just a bad shot. But again, we understand LeBron was not a great jump shooter at this point in his career.
So don't do it. Not a 3.
Oh yeah. No, that's fair. I mean, do you just want him to attack every single time? Then you become predictable.
But listen. There's a great example.
Mid range. See, that goes into Miami. That mid range goes into Miami.
Got to get a better shot than that. It was rushed. So what happens is you have it down to 5. You, as the best player, takes a play. You, as a bad player, let's just recap what's been happening now, right? Since the 4-minute mark, you missed 2 free throws badly. You take a horrible 3-point shot, miss badly, air ball. You then take a deep 2 and miss badly, right? That's 4 and quick shots that early in the shot clock for no reason. That's 2 free throws and 2 horrible shots, and now the lead goes from 5 to 8. Still has a chance with 3 minutes left.
Got some hope.
Again, the point of this is that Cleveland wasn't so outmatched like JJ and LeBron said that they had no chance. He made that free throw?
Yeah, he did. He made that free throw.
Yeah, so he's going to miss this one by a bunch. Lamont was...
Come up, Lamont. Pull him up, man. Pull up Lamont.
I want to know. I want him to answer the question, which is, does he agree with JJ and LeBron that they were complete? Now, keep in mind, we're watching all 3 games. So far, we already proved they had a chance in game 1. They won game 2. Did they have no chance, and were they completely outmatched where they could not have won this series? As a team, we're not blaming LeBron. Let's be clear. As a team.
They were just outplayed. They were outplayed.
Verja fouled out.
Tough call.
Or was that obvious?
The defense dictates what you do on offense. This is true. The defense can dictate.
That's Turkoglu's 1 field goal for the game. That's his one.
That's a clutch field goal. That's a clutch field goal.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, like you said, Flo, when you hit it,
yeah,
it matters.
So he does clutch is what you're telling me.
Well, you got. You better miss that. Dwight Howard's no free throw shooter.
I'm
not gonna lie. Dwight Howard's been a lot more quiet offensively than I thought.
Look at the narratives. Yes, outmatched. The Orlando Magic's size on the perimeter was superior versus Cleveland. That's watching the games. Sorry, you can't have your best player missing free throws late in the 4th quarter with 2 minutes left, making bad decisions late in the game that cost you a 1-point game. Sorry, can't do it. There are other guys, yeah. They're. It's not like you're giving the credit to we're giving credit to the defense here, right? Like Lamont's
doing. Gonna add one there. I got to that replay.
Giving all the credit to the defense, but you've been watching this with me, and I watched game 1. Were they not missing wide open shots?
Look at that tape.
That's not
finish. Big body.
Defense? Is that defense missing wide open shots?
Oh no, this is the great finish by LeBron.
No, not this. Yeah. I'm going back a step because he's given all the credit to the defense and saying they were outmatched, but in 1-point games when you're missing wide open threes, sorry, that's not defense. That's not defense. So Cleveland, listen, again, I'm not putting it all on LeBron for I don't know how many times I've said it. I'm saying Delonte West, Mo Williams especially, they needed to make the shots. LeBron James needed to make his free throws.
There's been a couple tough calls here, Fluent, too. So Gauskas, I don't know if that was a foul.
Yeah, that's home cooking.
Yeah, I don't know. Dwight was getting a lot. Dwight was getting a lot of calls. Dwight offensively just hasn't looked impressive at all.
He did not have like.
He gets his like 20. That's fine, but just his offense in general here has been lackluster, especially in the fourth. He hasn't done much.
He only took 8 field goals, 8 field goal attempts this game. Like he's not.
Hey, look, JJ's right there. JJ's right there.
Yeah. JJ played a whopping 0 minutes. So
JJ wasn't JJ. JJ wasn't given the opportunity to
JJ, you're right. So sitting on the bench, he should have known that Jameer Nelson was hurt and didn't play in this series. So for him to say Jameer Nelson being able to shoot off the bounce is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I'm not gonna lie. Him being on the team and saying that is kind of crazy. That is pretty crazy.
Being on the team and not even having to worry about playing, you're just sitting there. You should know exactly who's on the bench.
That's an open 3 look.
But he's not a 3-point shooter. Why is he shooting?
Exactly.
He didn't have it
then. Again, I don't think it was the best shot.
You can get that shot at any point in the possession. To just dribble up.
He was about to go under the screen though, so he had an open look. Like that's the right shot to take. When someone's going under the screen, you're open. You want to keep the defense honest because last play he took it to the rim, finish. Let's keep the defense on and shoot the 3. And at this point, again, LeBron wasn't a great 3-point shooter.
That's why he's open. That's why he was left open.
I mean, at that point, you're going under the screen.
When you're wide open for that many threes, you need to understand why you're that open, right?
I hear you. I hear you. Let's not act like LeBron hasn't made threes.
He's 1 of 8. He goes 1 of 8.
Tough shooting night without a doubt.
And again, I feel like I'm picking on him, but I'm not. Like it's still 2 minutes. It's a 6-point game. So let's focus on the last 2 minutes. You know, it's funny. A lot of people don't love basketball.
Well, that's a great pass by Turkoglu. That was a great movement for him to find a spot. All right, good rebound.
A lot of people who don't love watching basketball will say, "Well, all you got to do is watch the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter." And I'm like, "No, but this will say a lot. It will say a lot." Here we go. That's a bad pass.
Turnover?
That's a bad pass. That's a bad pass.
It kind of froze up there, but yeah.
The greatest passer of all time, Dylan. That was a bad pass.
Can you rewind that? Just like tab it for like 5 seconds. I just want to see the pass. Kind of froze up on there. Just want to see how that turnover came about.
Oh.
Yeah, just keep going back. We're just freezing a little. I want to see it more clearly.
Tell me, you want me to freeze it at some point? Just tell me and I'll hit it.
Yeah, I just want to watch it. I think it just froze up a little bit.
It froze. I thought you wanted me to freeze it.
Yeah, I know.
Here, even the announcer could tell you. Dwight goes to the line and makes both free throws. LeBron misses both.
That's
under
such a great
under 2 minutes, he's missing 2 free throws. I think this is right here.
Right here. Okay. So you just freeze again? Okay. Let's see.
It didn't freeze for me. I paused it.
Okay.
You want me to play it through?
Yeah, play through right here. When LeBron gets the ball, I want to see you make this pass. Okay. Back to LeBron.
So LeBron's here.
Right here. Yeah, he's right there, yeah.
He passes it right here. That's where the ball is.
You try to get it through.
How? Unless you're putting it here.
When you're the greatest passer ever, you can find those holes. This time
you put it right here. You don't put it out in front of him where there's a defender. That's a bad pass. And people will say, "Oh, that's Ilgauskas' fault." No, it's not. If you've played basketball before, there's a defender on his right hand. You put it on his left hand, or you don't make the pass.
Let me see the pass. Let me see the pass. Let's let it play through. Bounce. Did it go off Ilgauskas? I want to see. Man, I can't. It's kind of hard to see right now. Okay, back. Let it play through. I want to see this. Boom. LeBron. Try to bounce it. Okay. I see what LeBron tried to. He thought Gaus was still going to roll to the basket. So he passed it where Gauskas. I think it was more miscommunication.
You're making
That's miscommunication.
no,
Fluid. No, you were a coach. You know what LeBron was thinking. Don't do that. You know what LeBron was thinking.
I'm not.
Gaus was supposed to roll to the basket. It was miscommunication. That happens. That's cool. So what's
Why
necessarily
would he roll? Why would he roll to the basket when there's two defenders there? You put it to his left hand so he can stop and pop because he can make that shot.
No, because Peaches was there right in the middle, but that lane was kind of open. If he just kept going to the back, that pass would have gone right through.
Defenders
There's no one at the rim. There's no one at the rim. No, go back. There's no one at the rim there. There's no one at the rim there, Fluid. It would have been an easy layup. That would have been an easy layup.
We're gonna fight over this one pass, but okay.
I'm telling you, that would have been an easy layup. He just kept going towards the basket. Boom. So right in the middle, Peaches is right there. He's focusing on LeBron. Now, if he rolls right here, he starts going to the basket right here.
Hold on. He starts going to the basket. So I paused it a little early. 1, 2, 3. Look where his eyes are down here.
Looking at LeBron.
He's coming. He's there. Now watch a second.
He keeps rolling.
There's
a gap. He's there. But there is a gap between Peaches and him. Is that all the way for all?
Let me ask you this. I know you haven't played basketball before. But when there's three guys here, right, and you know he can shoot that mid-range shot, you put the ball right there on his left hand, bang, and he pulls up and shoots it. It's a wide open jumper. To go in and say, okay, here you can, a guy who's not athletic, a guy who's not going to jump over people, a guy who's not going to be able to make some acrobatic play, he is he's not doing nothing. You know that he's not fleet of foot.
I've seen LeBron make this pass 1,000 times when the guy you're supposed to, you see the gap. Look at that space between Austin and Peaches.
That's a bad pass in a bad spot. Either don't make the pass or put it here.
That's a miscommunication. That's miscommunication.
I disagree.
But turnover it is. I mean, you could have done better. Turnover it is. We'll go back. What is it? Still 6 point game?
Yeah, no, of course you don't give him a lob. Of course not.
Yeah. And now LeBron's on.
Still down 6. Let's keep in mind now, LeBron has now missed 4 free throws in the last 2 minutes.
Defense. That was good defense.
Yeah, good defense. Oh, that's a bad call. Okay, so let's be clear. Now missed 4.
He clunked some threes.
Yep, he's missed 4 free throws in the last 2 minutes, and he's clunked 3 threes. That's not your game. That's not your game. Now, am I saying you got to drive every single time? No.
4 free throws last in the world?
No, Lamont, no. I never said he makes a left-handed cross-body pass. I say instead of putting the pass out in front of him where Ilgauskas doesn't have the athleticism to get to, you put it to him, just right where he's standing on his left side so he can catch it and shoot it. 2-possession game, 1 minute left. Again, it's gonna come right back down to what both games losses, the game 1 and game 3 are. No one's making shots. Not Delonte West, not Mo Williams,
not LeBron. Dwight Howard's not making shots.
Not LeBron, yeah.
He do not making shots.
LeBron, listen, like you said, that's his flaw, right? It's the free throws. 4 missed free throws just in the last 2-3 minutes of a tight game. Just you can't.
I will say I do think the defense on both teams have been great. Like Hedo's forcing
this is absolutely. Yeah. But again, to suggest that they were completely outmatched and had no chance, right? And you got Lamont.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
You've got him in here saying it. Like, look.
Yeah, I just agree with that.
Yes, outmatched. The Orlando size on the perimeter is superior to Orlando, and like,
I mean, you could say there was mismatches based on Orlando's size. Sure. Yeah. I don't think the idea that the Cavs didn't have a shot. The Cavs to me were literally two made buckets away from the whole energy shifting, momentum shifting. You know what I mean? Whether it's the Delonte West 3, a LeBron 3, and Gaus's mid range, a stop. It all comes down to 1 or 2 possessions. The game could have been different.
Yeah. Now look, right? Young player mistake. What? He's in year 6 now at this point? He just came off a 66 win season.
I mean, he still technically is young. He still is. Yeah, 24, I think, at this point. 25, maybe. LeBron. Good look. Opens. See,
Yeah,
even that three. Like,
make
that
shots.
three could have been. Yeah, you make that shot. 5-point game. Momentum shifting maybe a little bit.
And that's the point, right? They had open looks.
They did, and they missed him.
Like Z misses two little bunnies, right? And again, not all of them are going to go in, but he misses two little bunnies. LeBron misses the 4 3 throws. They missed a couple of wide open threes.
Yeah.
You make half of those, and this is a completely different game. So again, suggesting that there was no shot now. And look, and this game less than game one, right?
Yeah, I think they're closer, right?
They win this one by 10.
Yeah.
So like that game one where it was a 1-point game was completely different. Like they should be at this point, they should be up 2 black combined. They should, and again, why is he? Well, I
mean, hold on, but yeah, at the time you have to, yeah,
okay,
you gotta,
yeah. In that point, down by 8, 35 seconds.
Yeah, you got
to shoot that. Yeah.
I think that was a clean block too. Let me see that. I mean, yeah, that looked pretty clean.
No, that was a good play. That was a good play, and he's got to pull up and shoot that at this point with time running out, because that drives me nuts when there's like limited low time left and they're like running out the clock. It drives me nuts. Now, of course, you'll see his teammate standing there wide open on the wing, but he's been missing shots all game. But that's the point: is wide open looks they're missing, free throws clanking. It's and this is in the 10-point game, like I said, in the 1-point game. So we're going to see what's the next. Do they win game? Next week we'll look at game 4. This is going to be a good one. Game 4, Orlando wins 116-114. So we'll take a look at this one.
I mean, James 40 points. I'll still take it.
Which one? Today?
Is that what they showed? Did he have 40 this game? Is that 41? He made these free throws too late.
Yeah, but he he had 4. Yeah, we said he had 41 this game.
41. And like you said, a couple if he makes one of those threes, it's 92 points, right? He makes one of those threes is 92. If his teammates, if Gauskas makes a bucket and one of his teams make another 3, like I said, it's literally came down to like 2 possessions. He
had 41, but he went 11 of 28, 1 of 8 from 3, and even the 18 of 24 from the free throw line looks better than it was, because in the fourth quarter he goes 1 of 5 from 3 and 7 of 12 from the free throw line. So again, you keep bringing up LeBron. It's not solely LeBron's fault.
Of course, yeah. I never put any game on just an individual.
But again, even in this 10-point game, people are going to look back and say, "Oh, LeBron went from 41, 9 and 7. They still lost by 10. Oh, there was nothing they could do." No, that's why we're watching these games. And next week we'll watch game 4. Last week we watched game 1.
We agree here, though. Like, we agree that the Cavs had a shot to win. I'm not disagreeing with there. I know you're upset at JJ and LeBron, but we agree in this one.
Well, I'm mad at JJ because he suggested Jameer Nelson.
That was just a force.
That's something to do with this.
Did he hit this 3? This one, they missing everything. That's good. That would have been a big 3. I mean, 3-point game. Maybe you foul. They miss free throws. The Cavs definitely had a shot. They without a doubt had a shot.
All right. Point proven. JJ was lying about Cleveland had no chance of winning the series. Okay, so
cool. JJ lied.
We don't need to watch game 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we agree.
In that case,
do I think again? LeBron could have played better without it. He could have hit some clutch shots. Sure, his teammates could have for sure played better without a doubt. His teammates, but you know how it is, Fluent. His teammates make those open looks. People look at this series and LeBron different. You know how that goes with star players. When Ron Artest, if he misses that shot, that series could have gone a whole nother way. Kobe would have been looked at different. Like, what your teammates do and don't do impact the view of how a star player is looked at in that series based off of winning and losing.
Hey, listen, but even if they lose, and he's making those shots, Like if he makes those if he doesn't miss those 4 free throws in a row, if he doesn't go 1 of 8, like are we having a different discussion? I said in game 1, I put the majority of the blame on Delonte West and Mo Williams. Right? You can't lose a 1-point game and have your second and third scorers shooting 31%. Like you no good, and Lamont will come and say, "Oh, the defense was great." No, we watched the game. They were wide open looks that they were missing. Wide open looks that they were missing. So, and not just Lamont. He has said it in the chat today, but others have said the same thing. You can't be missing those wide open looks as the second and third scores. You can't. Now, it didn't help that LeBron's missing free throws with 2 minutes left in a 1-point game. That he's making he's making a bad play in the last play of the game. Like, but again, it's the team to say the team
LeBron
had
in the building.
Shots, I think it's a little disingenuous. Boy, tell me how they had no shot.
Talk to him, Lamont.
No. So if you step on a court with another team, you realistically have a shot at winning the game. I mean, a kindergarten team steps on the court with an NBA team. The kindergarten team has a shot to win, but that doesn't mean they have. No, at the end of the day, we never know what can happen. It's like, but it's one thing to say that a team is outmatched, right? And I think when you say that a team was outmatched and the matchups just did not, what Orlando did best just happened to perfectly counter what Cleveland did best on the offensive end. And sometimes when you get this deep into the season, you can't go back and change. You can't change course on who you are as a team. So some of the things you do best, they go out there with that big defensive lineup, and you got Dwight Howard, the best defender in the league at the time, sitting in the paint. And your star player, his weakness just happens to be not being able to shoot the ball very well. That's just it's just like the perfect mix of problems when you're going up against an elite defense. And at that particular time in LeBron's career, he didn't have the tools in his bag to overcome that type of talent. When he went up against the Golden State later on, he was a different player.
You heard the beginning of how this all started, right?
No, I missed the beginning of this one.
All right, so we started watching the fourth quarters because we can't watch the whole games. We get in trouble. The fourth quarters because we were having a discussion about when JJ and LeBron were on the podcast, and JJ said, and LeBron signed off on it, that they had no chance of beating Orlando because they were just completely outmatched. And then they started going down the list of players. They had Dwight Howard and Rashard Lewis, and Hito Turkoglu and Courtney Lee, and Jameer Nelson, who could shoot the three off the bounce, and he really opened up, I believe that was the term they used. He opened up the offense, and it gave them no shot. The first thing was, Jameer Nelson got hurt on February 2nd, so he had nothing to do with the second half of the season or this playoff series. So right off the bat, that's nonsense. And then the fact that they were completely outmatched and had no chance. And it was more about that and had no chance that we said, well, let's go back and watch these games, because you had mentioned the big lineup, great defensive team, absolutely. But here's the problem. In the first game, Dwight Howard fouls out, and he's not even there at the end of the game to contest a shot. The threes, when we talk about the things that they did well throughout the entire season, what did the Cavs do well that season? Well, they shot a lot of threes at like 40%. If you look at Mo Williams, Delonte West, to a lesser extent, Wally Zerbiak, etc., they all shot extremely well from three. What happened in this series? It wasn't the defense that was stopping them from hitting those threes. They were wide open. They were wide open threes, and we showed it in the games that they lost, where they were missing wide open threes that changed the complexion of the game. So to your point, were they outmatched from a defensive standpoint? Yeah, probably. But when they're missing open threes, it means that, no, there was something that they could do. And that's really kind of where we're going. LeBron missing, tons of free throws. You're right. I get it. He's not a jump shooter at this point in his career, 100%. But he's missing free throws at crucial times. And people are looking back and saying, again, a little bit JJ Redick, he went 38, 8, and 8. What more could he have done? Could have made his free throws. What more could his teammates done? They could have made their wide open shots. So there was something that they could do, was kind of where we were going. And maybe we've beat it to death and we don't have to watch the next game. But Jalen, I'm going to leave that up to you.
But the one thing I learned in basketball is, my bad, Jalen.
No, do you think, Lamar?
Is open shots are just open shots. Like the goal of every, especially half-court possessions, you hope to get an open shot, the easiest bucket. But even if you get the perfect shot, it's just an open shot. It's not even guaranteed to go down, right? And then when you look at
can't shoot
now
all season.
But then we have to go to, okay, regular season is one thing because we've seen a plethora of regular season teams be great from the three-point line. But then when the team has the opportunity to scout them out, similar to how the Utah Jazz were a few years back with Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, they shot a ton of threes. And we all said that's going to be the death of them, because when somebody is able to scout you out, you're going to get eliminated early because they're going to take away those threes. And when teams can lock in on what you do best, they understand how LeBron creates those threes for the others, and they can easily start to mitigate that with defense. And there may be mistakes made where they give up an open three here or there, but then when you look at the magnitude of the moment, the playoffs, being able to play with high stakes on the line, being able to make those shots in clutch moments. So then you have to add the gravity of the moment of the game. This is not practice threes they're shooting. They're shooting with a crowd going, pressure. These games mean something. It's not regular season games where the next game they can just go on to New York or play a different team. So all of that, and this is where playoff experience and things go into play. And I just think at this stage in LeBron's career, when you look at some of the young players on that roster, I don't think they had enough talent, one, to match up with them. I don't think they had enough experience with that particular talent. And then I don't think they had all the necessary components to mitigate or alleviate some of LeBron James's flaws, right? They needed a stretch big. They didn't really have a stretch big. They needed more length, more 3-and-D type of players. They really didn't have that. They had some smaller shooters, right? And so they made the best with what they had, but sometimes you just outmatched. And it happens in basketball all the time. And when you get outcoached and scout report just doesn't favor you, it happens sometimes that way. It's just basketball. But defense is crazy, man. Defense will win you some games.
What you're saying is true, but we've now watched 2 games, and it's not true for these 2 games that they've lost, because it wasn't the defense. It wasn't their scouting report. It wasn't these matchups. It was in game 1. It was in game 1. They allowed Rashard Lewis without making any adjustments. Now, look, some of that's on Mike Brown. Again, I'm not putting it solely on any one player. Mike Brown leaving LeBron on Hedo and Verjo on Rashard Lewis. Can't have that. They're missing wide open shots. So where you're saying their scouting report and they know how he gets them those wide open threes, well, he's still getting them those wide open threes, and they were missing them. And Orlando is not a veteran team. They're not, there was Dwight Howard, their best player, isn't he the youngest guy on the court at this point? So it's not like they're a playoff tried.
Is Turkoglu at that time a vet? He's been through playoff battles with Sacramento. Was Rashard Lewis a vet who had playoff time in Seattle?
Not as.
No, that's significant veteran presence. Michael Petras, who was a vet defender at that time.
What's that?
These are battle-tested players. Battle-tested. Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Won 66 games. To say they had no chance when they're missing wide open shots, I don't buy it. Was the matchup good? Defensively, they were bigger, but they were faster. So you could say, well, why didn't they use their speed to their advantage and get on the break more? Blah blah. You can make that case either way, and I don't know that I'm thinking of Turkoglu and Rashard Lewis when I talk about battle-tested playoff performers. Those aren't the first 2 names.
Rashard Lewis as a vet in the league. I think he had been an all-star prior to that year. I mean, he had been through some grinds and some battles. And the same with Hedo Turkoglu with Sacramento. Battles, right? I mean, when you have that vet presence, and I think at that particular time, you could say that Van Gundy was a much better coach than Mike Brown at that. So the coaching probably was a little bit outclassed. But then you got the defensive player of the year sitting in the paint. That makes everything you do defensively much easier. Just much easier. And it's just the game plan was beautiful. They executed it well. LeBron didn't play well, and there's no excuses there. But LeBron isn't who he is today without losses like that. You have to learn at some point in time. Somebody is going to have to kick you on your rear end for you to learn how to be better. It's never going to be perfect for any player. I don't know. I think you got to give a little credit to D. I'm a defensive coach, so maybe I'm biased.
Yeah, but maybe. And I'm looking at Rashard Lewis. Seattle was in there 3 times. They made it to the second round. Like, that's the best. He was a one-time All-Star at that point. So you're saying battle tested?
That's better than
I don't know.
That's better than Delonte West at the time. I mean, look, that's better than a lot of the guys, Rashard Lewis and those guys. Heedle Turkoglu, I'm taking those guys over a lot of the Cleveland Cavs players.
Just because you brought up All-Star, Heedle Turkoglu is a 0-time All-Star for his career.
But we know what he did with Sacramento. We know what type of player he was. He was a valuable player, and he was one of the first to be that stretch type of big that completely disrupted game plans.
Did he make a difference in that game 3?
Not in that particular game, but we know what the thing is, they had to include him on the scouting report. You have to be mindful of who he is on the floor.
Did he make a difference in game 1 when they lost by 1 point?
Him just being on the floor makes a difference.
Shouldn't LeBron just being on the floor make a difference?
But the thing is, when they're able to scout against this LeBron, understanding that we have weapons, we have the bodies to defend them at the rim. We know his weakness as far as shooting the ball, play into his weaknesses.
See, that's the thing, though. You're talking about defensive and matchups, and they're taking away at the rim, but that's not how they scored all season. They scored from the perimeter all season. They shot more threes than any other team and made them at a higher clip. And they just
in the playoff
in this series.
So how many teams in NBA history have we seen go ballistic in the regular season from the 3? But when the playoffs hit, they get barbecued. They're most, like I said, with the Utah Jazz, who were the number 1 seed in the West a few years ago. We all predicted them to get barbecued because you cannot rely on threes solely to win championships. No team has won a championship like that. None. It's too easy to defend. It's just too easy to defend.
Again, you're saying it's too easy to defend, but they didn't defend it. Andre, how you doing, man?
You telling me they gave them 30 open threes?
Thanks for having me. I was getting them. I don't mean to interrupt. But I do have to interrupt. This is all on LeBron. What happened in 2009? That's the bottom line.
See, this is crazy. He's one of those LeBron haters who's gonna put every guy. You know what? A goddamn famine has happened in Sudan. He's gonna blame LeBron. You know what I mean? An earthquake happens in Singapore. He's gonna blame LeBron. We gotta stop this. Come on.
Hey, I gotta get out of here, y'all. I'm gonna catch you later, Flu, and I gotta get out. You, brother.
Come on.
I appreciate what sports debating had to say. No, it's 100%. It's 100% on LeBron, and I'm going to tell you why. Who had the best record in the Eastern Conference in 2009? That's right. It was the Cleveland Cavaliers, 166 games. Who had the home court advantage in this series? So we already know that that's the case. I don't stand for this narrative that LeBron didn't have enough help in 2009 and 2010 to break through and give us the finals that we needed, that we never got a chance to see, which was Kobe versus LeBron. Because if he didn't have enough help, why the heck did the Cleveland Cavaliers have the best record in the Eastern Conference both of those years? Now, a little bit of credit to Stan Van Gundy. I'm not conceding that he absolutely outcoached Mike Brown, because Mike Brown knows his business. He's coming from the Popovich tradition. Here's what I will say, and what I'm going to stand on. 2009, what game did LeBron take over in that series? You don't remember him taking over a game. He hit the 3 in game 1. They should have lost that game. He hit the crazy 3, and he went wild. But this is a key example in the LeBron, Michael, Jordan debate. 9, 10, and 11 were seasons and finals where LeBron could have and should have.
10 is crazy. 10 is crazy. What against Boston? That's crazy. That Boston team was just so much better than LeBron.
We'll do that one next. But
Jalen, hold on. What happened in Game 5 in Cleveland? Where was Bron in Game 5 in 2010, home game in Cleveland?
Bad game. I mean, bad games happen. Sometimes your teammates pick you up. Sometimes they don't. He had a bad game.
Okay. Why? If I feel like we're chalking up bad game, bad series, bad matchups, there always seems to be an excuse for LeBron, right? Like in 2009, it was a bad matchup. In 2010, it's a bad game. In 2011, he had a bad series. Well, how many times Do we just let him off the hook for all these things?
It's not on the hook. It's just acknowledging what happened. When Kobe had a bad game, he was fortunate enough to have Pau Gasol carry him in Game 7, give him buckets, and Ron Artest doing this thing. Yeah, I mean,
we kill him for those.
But you understand the outcome of that game kind of saves it. Like if they lost that and they wanted to lose the series, that's a whole different situation. And the attacks on Kobe would be far greater. But because they won, it's overlooked. When Jordan was having bad games, whether Scottie Pippen saving him, Tony Kukoc saving him, whatever the case is, he had teammates pick him up, whether it's good coaching, whatever the case may be. But just because the outcome of what happened to LeBron was that the loss, obviously he's going to carry him the other way. And look, I agree. LeBron could have played better. It's not about things. He could have played better. He didn't. It happens. Star players have bad games. They have bad series. It happens. Sometimes your teammates are there to pick you up.
If your whole persona is built on making the guys around you better,
I mean,
do it then, or stop that narrative.
He's going to do that for most games. Some games your teammates still show up. It happens. They miss shots. To me, like those games, it wasn't about he created open looks. They missed shots, and like you said,
but no one missed more than him.
Sure, he missed shots too. His team had missed shots. To me, again, the Cleveland team had a shot to win. They just didn't make the shots. You know what I mean? They didn't make the shots.
So we've proven that they had a shot to win. Andre, last comment, and then because I got to go, and then we'll start on the Boston series in 2010 next. But go ahead.
I got 3 things. Jalen, bottom line, what I'm looking for, what happened in 2012 when Miami was down 3-2 against the Boston Celtics. That same Boston Celtics team had some health. What happened when LeBron came back to Boston and put it on him in Game 6 in Boston? That's the type of dominant performance that I was looking for in 2009 and 2010. Second point, I know you have to go. What happened after Boston smacked the taste out of Kobe Bryant's mouth in 2008? What attitude did Kobe Bryant bring into the 2009 finals? Go back and watch the press conference. This man was ice cold on a mission. No smiling, no happy, no high five.
That's a different conversation. People react differently to situations. That's just like people, you can play great and smile. You know what I mean? Just because you don't have to be stoic. And, LeBron in games, like you said, sure, he was stoic, but there's plenty of games where LeBron's laughing and smiling and he's cooking. We don't got to do that. We don't got to do the whole Kobe mentality thing. Be all stoic.
No, and that's my argument with LeBron, and specifically in this doggone 2009 series. And here's my third overall point. And then you got to let the reason we didn't get peak LeBron in these series is because he wasn't playing with his homeboys. That's why. Mo Williams, Delonte West, Anderson Varejao, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Daniel. This team had talent. This was you don't just have the top record.
Mediocre talent, but sure.
You don't have the top record without having talent. But
who had a better team, Kobe or LeBron? If you say LeBron, that's crazy.
Say again, what's the question?
Who had a better team, Kobe or LeBron, from 2008 to 2010?
Okay, Kobe had the better team.
Okay.
And it did help Kobe. It did help Kobe when they got Andrew Bynum back in 2009, which they didn't have in 2008. But that's not my point. My point is the Mamba mentality. The Lakers, even without Andrew Bynum, they came into the 2008 finals, high-five and smiles on their face, and they got alpha. They got alpha dogged by the Celtics. Kobe was not having that in the next 2 years. He changed his mentality, much more serious, much more fierce, much more focused. That's what I didn't see from LeBron in 9 or 10, and it deprived us of a Kobe-LeBron finals. That's my point, and I'm sticking to it. Thanks, Fig. Having me on the show.
Kobe could have came in 2011, though. Why didn't he come show up in the finals when LeBron was making the finals with the Heat?
You know how hard it is to make 3 finals in a row?
Oh, now we're giving excuses. That's just excuses.
No,
you show up. They got destroyed by Dirk and the Mavs. They should have beat them because I actually think they were a better team than the Mavs. But guess what? The Mavs simply out-executed them. They scored more points than them in the games, and they just played better. I thought the Lakers were a better team.
It would have been their fourth. It would have been their 4th run to the finals in a row.
LeBron made 8 straight finals. That's his thing. LeBron making 8 straight finals.
LeBron made 8 straight finals by jumping to a team with multiple superstars and then jumping to another team with younger stars. So yeah, it's easy to make finals when you leave for new, younger rosters. It's harder to make finals repetitively when you stick with the same people as they age and get older and get injured.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. But I'm saying no. But that Lakers team was better than that Mavs team. The Mavs should just simply play better.
I'm looking at it.
No, Fluid. There's no way. Lakers was better.
You said Lakers or Cavs, and I'm like I agree. Pau Gasol,
amazing. You don't understand how good Pau Gasol is.
Yeah, it's significantly better. But then I get
Lamar Odom was him. Lamar Odom was so. As you talk about mismatches, Lamar Odom at that time at his height, I mean, Lamar Odom was phenomenal.
He was. You know, he's 30s, 10-10 guy. Yeah, but Lamar Odom that season like came off the bench half the time. Like he wasn't even a starter.
But he was like 6 man of the year, no?
I know. I'm not saying. I'm looking at, because you got to look at 8 men, right? Because that's what you need in the playoffs. And I like Gasol. I'm looking. I'm not. Yeah, Meta World Peace, Lamar Odom, Andrew Bynum, Derek Fisher, Shannon. Like after the 6th man. You know, how do I feel about Shannon Brown and Jordan Farmar?
Yeah, those are just like role players who come to give energy, whatever. But also, again, the Phil Jackson thing, I think, is a big factor too. Coaching plays.
Yeah, that's one that's you're not. Yeah, Mike Brown is not on. On Phil Jackson level. Yeah, I agree with you there. I don't think there's any. And let me look. Let me just look. LeBron, Mo Williams, Antoine Jameson, Verjo, Anthony Parker, Delonte West, Shaq, JJ, different Shaq, mind you, 37 years old, JJ Hickson and Big Z. They are deeper. Telfair, but only 8 players play. So okay, Lakers. Okay, I'm with that. I just wanted to double check.
You didn't get that. You didn't get the eye of the tiger because he wasn't playing with his homeboys, which is a constant theme with LeBron. It has to be his hand-picked guys that he plays with. Those Cavs teams had enough talent. The 2011 Mavs, huge trade, trading for Jason Kidd, Devin Harris, who was younger and more athletic, but Jason Kidd was the piece that gave them the leadership.
That Nets team was so much better than the Cavs team. That Nets team was nice.
The LeBron issue will always come down to him being the system and refusing to play in a system that suits the team, right? Like when he sat there, again, I'm picking on this interview because there's so many lies in it. When he sat there with JJ Redick and said we had no spacing, there's 4 guys, maybe 5 guys on that team that shot 39 or more.
Oh, no, they had great spacing. They had great spacing.
When they said they had no spacing, I laughed.
That's one thing they had. They had spacers who I thought could shoot.
They said they had none. They said they had none.
Again, I don't know what JJ. That just might have been his off day or something. I don't know.
No, I think he was interviewing for a head coaching job.
Sure. Okay. Shout out JJ for that. Again, that team had all the spacing. I think they could have used more.
And that's the thing where I find as good as, and I'm giving LeBron tons of credit, as you know, as good as he is. The one thing that separates when people look at Kobe, Jordan, Duncan, Kareem, Magic, all of these guys, there's one thing that they were able to do and put their egos aside. Magic to a lesser extent, because he did fight and get his coach fired for not wanting to play in his system. So I maybe won't give Magic too much credit for that. But they all found a way to play in a system that helped them, whereas LeBron in 21 years has refused, even to this day, refuses to play in a system that will help his team be better.
Did he play with Eric Spoelstra? Did he play in a system? I think it was like a blend. I think Spoelstra understood that you want the ball in LeBron's hands for an optimum way to win, but it's also I think Eric Spoelstra's system was still in place.
LeBron did try to get Spoelstra moved out of there, and Pat Riley wasn't having it.
Sure, at first, yes, but then
he didn't. Yeah, he didn't like it, but I think they bent to his will, and eventually, like when they started winning, though, there was so much talent on that Miami team. Like, you know, he again cries about minimum talent. Yeah, it's because Udonis Haslem, Mike Miller, all these guys signed for minimums. They weren't minimum players, right? When he says, "Oh, we had to fill out our roster with minimum guys," yeah, that's because a bunch of really good players signed for the minimum. So another BS kind of narrative thing. But you know,
I'll say this too: if Mike Miller was healthy, I think they probably win. Even with LeBron's bad performance, they win that finals.
In 2011, yeah, that would kill his legacy with Dwayne Wade as the MVP.
I hear you, but I think they would have won. I don't think people realize how big of a piece Mike Miller could have been for that team if healthy. Because healthy Mike Miller with Bosh, Wade, and LeBron.
It is way past my bedtime.
It is 1 a.m.
So I will bid you adieu, Andre. Appreciate you as always, Andre. Next week, should we just give up on this Magic series because we've proven the point?
I agree. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, they had a chance.
So Boston, you say though they had no shot.
I know. I mean, no shot thing. Sure, if everyone plays, but I think Boston was noticeably the better team. The better team won. More talent, better everything.
Let's see if that was LeBron's fault as well. Until next week, Now you're more fluent.